you...
All right, so
Yep.
right, really quick. First of all, we're spending $30,000 a kid, believe it or not, but only 60% of the money finds its way into the local schools. As a result, the local schools are starved because of central office administration, because of privatization, like Aaron Martin said. Exo, shitty lunches that the kids don't eat, they're spending a fortune for. Massive bureaucracy. So, when I was superintendent with Gary Chico as my board president, our enrollment grew by 40,000. We had 125,000 more kids than we have today. And we had to build annexes, and we also had to build replacement schools for the schools that simply could not be repaired. And in the Latino community, we had to build new schools. In fact, and we also renovated 350 schools, got rid of the Lexan windows, replaced them with glass windows, so the kids could see out of the windows. So the bottom line is school enrollment expanded because we never had a strike. Schools were open through the dinner hour. They were open year-round over the summer. There were always an array of school-based activities, and the local school councils and the principals made the decisions on how to spend their discretionary money and their poverty money without us dictating them. So there were more school choices. I built all the magnets except Lane Tech and Whitney Young, all the magnet high schools, Peyton, Northside College Prep, Lindblom, King. On the south side, Gwendolyn Brooks, I built a new Simeon Westinghouse. And I put magnet programs in neighborhood schools, Amundsen, Taft, the magnet programs, Sen, military academy high schools that we opened. So we created a lot of school choices. We didn't have strike, we had union peace. So the problem is we've got to have a strategy to begin growing the district again. When they shut down schools for 15 months, and they needed to shut them down early on during COVID, but when they stayed closed another 6-7 months, when everybody else opened, in fact, the teachers union would have closed them and kept them closed longer had they not had a revolt among their own rank and file. It had devastating consequences, and the district lost 11% of its student body. They left. They either went, the Catholic school enrollment grew by 7%, and a lot of kids then just left school altogether, and now they're out in the community, and many of those have been either the victims of murder. 95% of the 200 kids murdered since 2019 were not enrolled in school, 17 years and younger, and 9% of the shootings, 8% of the arrests for murder, 17 years and younger kids, 95% not in school. So the point is, you've got to push the money down and decentralize, which the union will hate because the union wants to control everything. The union wants all the individual schools to comport to their very rigid limited school day, limited school year guidelines. And the second thing then you can do with these vacant buildings is, you actually have about 50, 60,000 young people, 18 to 25, who are not enrolled in school and have no jobs. And the state and the federal government funds adult ed occupational training programs. The state has a model that allows you to open adult high schools for young people 18 to 22 or 23, so that you can get them back enrolled in some sort of adult ed occupational training program. So sit down with the community, decide what you want to do with that empty building or a half-filled building, and let the community decide. Do they want an adult ed occupational training center? Do they want to create a training program for returning citizens? Those are the tens of thousands of individuals who have been incarcerated who are returning to the community and can't find jobs because they have no occupational training. So that requires a strategy. I know how to do that. I spent 1.5 years working for Sally Yates when she was the Deputy U.S. Attorney General on just that very issue, transition programs for federal prisoners who were being released. So those are the things that you can do. Brandon Johnson is just more teachers union stuff.
I got to interrupt here because
we have one more stop
to go, and there are.
All right, any other questions? Let me just take any other questions. You have a follow-up question? Anyone have I know I'm talking faster.
You are.
I know Marta's giving me a signal.
And we have to go. But I want to close by saying this. Chicago is a $30 billion corporation. You have a choice here between someone who has an abundance of experience and leadership versus someone who has never run anything in his life. He is a school teacher organizer, okay? He has never run anything. And you're going to turn over a $30 billion budget to somebody with no experience and no leadership skills. We have a binary choice here. I live here, and I want the best for this city. This man's the best for this city.
Thank you.